friends. Welcome back for more I Would Camp That. We're just in the Walmart parking lot, which feels like the appropriate starting point for any truck camping journey. It's much like the Dungeons and Dragons group meeting in the tavern before they go on the epic noble quest to slay the dragon, get all the loot and all that stuff. So we're headed to British Columbia, aka BC, as we call it up here. Haven't camped out in BC in a couple of years. The last time we did, it was in southern BC. We're going into the central part of BC this time, which I've never been to. So we're going to be passing through Jasper National Park. And it's going to be just new territory for me. Haven't seen anything out there, so it'll be fun to go and see that together. BC is an absolutely beautiful province and really excited to get some more camping out there. It's been a pretty crazy year so far. Alberta's been absolutely ravaged by wildfires. There's a bunch going on in BC right now too, further west than what I plan to go to. So hopefully smoke conditions won't be too bad out there. I guess we'll find out when we get there. It's been tricky to even get out camping. Like there's been a couple of trips I've tried to do before where like literally I had one, I was going to go out with my buddy Adam. And like literally the day we were supposed to meet up and leave, we ended up having to evacuate because of a nearby wildfire. So yeah, it's just been that kind of year. And then all the personal stuff too, like losing my sister earlier this year and just other things. So really thankful to be getting on the road. Let's hit the highway and see where we end up tonight. The journey to our neighboring province of British Columbia took us west through Jasper National Park, an incredible haven of nature, teeming with wildlife and breathtaking views that takes us right to the BC border. As we passed through the central BC border to parts I've never been to, I found out very quickly that this part of BC, Mount Robson Park, mirrors Jasper in many ways in terms of its heavy focus on tourism. These places are great to visit, with so many things to see and do, whether you like to hike, watch for wildlife, go on guided tours, kayak, photography, whatever your fancy. But for our purposes on this adventure, these places are just too nice to try to do any kind of random camping or stealth camping. Every possible pull-off is policed and prohibited to prevent any of that from happening. These places will be fantastic for potential future day trip adventures, but for myself, our purposes, the wayward vehicle camper who delights in going off the beaten path, we'll just have to keep on driving. It's been a very beautiful drive so far. BC is always such a pleasure to the eyes. Mountains, heavily wooded areas, a lot of road construction going on out here. Just at a huge pull off right now. I'm gonna get back in the truck just because it's right off the highway and just because of all the vehicles going by. Like I said before, I haven't really been to this part of BC. Absolutely beautiful to look at. Lots of cool stuff for tourists and such. But that doesn't translate well for people like us where we're out, vehicle camping, trying to find a place we can park and call camp for the night like we do. But everything is like prohibited, like no overnight parking, limited of this X amount of hours that you can stay here. Even like the rest stops are like the ones that you'd find in Alberta where it's like it's a rest stop. You can park there. Nobody cares. Even those are prohibited. Like I found one and I was like getting ready. I was adding it to like the camp map. I'm like, okay, we might make a go of it here. It's got an outhouse and garbage bins and, it's off the highway, but, better than nothing. And then I found like a prohibition sign just like hidden in the bushes. I could have argued I didn't see it, but oh well. This roadside turnout here is an option if we're desperate and can't find anything else. I'm going to keep driving down the highway, maybe check out the next town over, see if I can find anything. But this is definitely a viable option for the night if we can't find anything else. Well, as I said before, I've never been to this part of BC. Thankfully, my buddy Adam was out here bombing around in his rig. So he was able to check out some areas out here. This road's looking really sketch, but we're going over this really sketchy bridge here. But Adam threw some info my way, and I'm just checking out this spot out by a lake here. So far this is looking like my kind of road, so hopefully it is a viable option for camping. Well, according to the map, the lake is this way. Let's dive deeper into this forested slice of heaven. This is exactly the kind of road I've been looking for today. So huge shout out to my buddy Adam for throwing some info our way. Oh, these are the best kinds of roads. Just uneven and bumpy. Oh, it's starting to open up ahead. Oh, this is looking promising. Oh, wow. Look at this. Beautiful. Killer view. We hit a point back there where it was pretty well all rocks and no road anymore. Oh. Oh, this is exactly what I was looking for. Nice and remote, isolated, absolutely beautiful. Oh, wow. Travel light. Yeah, rip out most of the foundation on the inside. Wow, just everything's just been, yeah, ripped out, picked clean. Wow. Some spider web up in the corner there. Windows broken. Yeah. Must have been a beautiful little rig back in its day. Now it's just sitting out here, a literal shell of what it used to be. Someone's definitely been using this as a slob shooting site too. This poor doors definitely seen some abuse. Yeah, back end of it too is Swiss cheese. Just don't want to get too close to that glass, but yeah, this was probably a very beautiful little home away from home back in the day. What a shame. Oh, wow. That's a beauty spot right there. Well, ain't this a slice of heaven? You know what? I've got a lot more clearance back here than I thought I did, so I could definitely back up a lot closer to the hill here. Oh, and look at this. So there's a fire pit that someone made, and it looks like someone made this into a bench. That's so cool. Respect. And of course there's a nice stump here. Be great for chopping firewood. I've seen so many fire ban signs with obviously with the wildfire situation right now. so definitely won't be having a fire. But wow, this is exactly what I was looking for, exactly what I needed. Okay, I got the mosquito netting on. Bugs aren't too terrible just yet, but there are enough of them to warrant it. Wow. What a view. Can't even put it into words. Just a little slice of heaven out here. I mean, I've slept in a lot of different places, but this definitely beats a noisy roadside turnoff. Well, I peeled back one of the stealth panels so that we can enjoy that view outside. And I've got the little battery operated fan running to cool things down back here. Both side windows open. And I've changed into a fresh t-shirt. Now I'm just trying to stay hydrated. That was a fun road to drive down. I'm really surprised that there's nobody out here. Like, I drove a ways down that road. There's still more road to drive. And I'm surprised. Like, other than that trashed camper back down the road, there's nobody out here. That's, you know, I'm used to that when it's like fall or winter camping, when it's like only the diehards out. But yeah, there's nobody out here. It's so weird. I mean, no complaints, I'll take it, but yeah, y'all are missing out. But I guess to be fair, I mean, right now it's middle of the week, the time that I'm recording this. So, I mean, if I was out here on like a Friday night or a Saturday night, maybe there'd be some other people out here. I mean, there's definitely evidence that people have been out here. I mean, someone literally built a bench outside, and there are man-made fire pits that have been made. I think I'm going to turn the camera off for a little bit. I've got some batteries charging. I had charged the extra batteries for our main camera, but I've found that if you don't use them right away, they don't hold a charge very well. So when I tried popping one of them in, thinking it would be almost full, it was almost dead. And the one I'm using right now isn't doing the greatest either. And I just want to enjoy the peace and quiet. Like I said before, it's been a year. It's been a tough year to get out. And here we are, out in nature. Like, I could cry. This is just exactly what I needed today. You know, heart is yearning for it, and here we are. Had a little bit of wind down time in the back. So peaceful out here, virtually no wind. I think I see the outline of something in the bush over there. Could be somebody's vehicle. I didn't go that far down the road. And the waterway over here gives way to a lake down there. So yeah, definitely something to check out in the morning. But I think I'm going to jump in the back and wind down for bed. Mosquitoes are starting to come out, and I really don't want to give them an open invitation into the rig. So hopefully the mosquito netting will do its job tonight and keep them out. And I will see you folks in the morning. Good morning, everyone. Lovely morning in paradise. It was super quiet out here the whole night. Only issue is the mosquitoes. My rig does pretty good at keeping mosquitoes out, but when there's just like enough of them swarming around the truck, there's always a few that manage to get in. So I think I've still got to make some improvements on keeping those little creeps out of my sleep space. I'd really like to drive a little further down this road, so I think I'm just gonna have like I've got some apples in the fridge, so I'll just have like a little snack to tide me over, and we'll head down that way. I want to see if we can get a little closer to the lake down there. I don't know if you can see that, but the Jackery's sitting at 76%. I had camera batteries, GoPro batteries, and the fridge running all night. And yeah, that's about it. And this fridge cord here does sometimes get knocked loose. But before we hit the road, Okay, good. The fridge is still on. About 23 Fahrenheit right now. I don't know how far this road goes, and I am getting hungry, but I just want to go just a little further. Just see if we can get closer to that lake and just see if there's anything else interesting down here. Oh wow, it's opening right up out here. Oh, interesting. So there's a path that continues to the left, and then the path here's got a whole bunch of wood and junk down there that I really don't want to take my truck through. So left it is. And we get to enjoy the bumpy ride back too. Oh wow. Well, it looks like this is where the road ends. Those are some massive fire pits. This is lovely. Nice wide open space. Insane view of the mountains and the lake. And you can tell that someone's probably had a legendary bonfire here. So if we'd gone a little bit further, we would have slept here. I'll have to make sure to mark this one on the map. There were honestly a few places on the way here on that road that we could have stopped at. But, oh, this is just beautiful. Well, I'm going to have some fun driving that sketchy, bumpy road back to town. And then I'm going to make some breakfast when I get back to town. Once again, huge thank you to Adam for the point in the right direction for this. Like when I got to this part of BC, like literally every turnoff, every place, like very touristy. You get out of Alberta by going through Jasper, and then you're going through like Mount Robson Park for BC, and everything's just so touristy, and there's tons of signs. Like even at the rest areas, there's signs like, oh, no overnighting here. What's wrong with you? Nobody does that. And then, yeah, there's just between all of it, there's just this road, and I just blew right by it because, you know, the road coming out here, it almost does look like a turnoff going to someone's farmland or something like that. So, yeah, once again, thanks, Adam. Appreciate the point in the right direction. I'm looking forward to getting out for another day of exploring, and we'll see what we find tonight.